Welcome to Detritivores, and we're going to discuss about ecosystem. Ecosystem is from the Greek word oikos, meaning home, and the systema, which is system. So when we combine home and system, oikos and systema, ecosystem has been made. The word ecosystem was proposed by British ecologist A. G. Paisley in 1935. Ecosystem is an biological community of an area of interacting organisms and their spatial and chemical environment. Earth's surface can be described by a series of interconnected ecosystems. So therefore, when we say ecosystem, that is a community of living organisms in conjunction with the non-living components of their environment, things like air, water, and mineral soil, interacting as a system. Also, ecosystem involves ecological system. When we say ecology, that is the study of ecosystem. It includes all the living things such as plants, animals, and organisms in a given area and interacting with each other, and also with their non-living environment such as I said a while ago, weather, earth, sun, soil, climate, and atmosphere. Each organism has its own niche or role to play. Ecosystem is also a biological community that occurs in some locate or location and the physical and chemical factors that make up its non-living or abiotic environment. There are many examples of ecosystem. For example, we have the pond, the forest, estuary, and the grassland. Also, the boundaries are not fixed in any objective way, although sometimes they seem obvious as with the shoreline of a small pond. Usually, the boundaries of an ecosystem are chosen for practical reasons having to do with the goals of the particular study. Energy transformations and biogeochemical cycling are the main processes that comprise the field of ecosystem ecology. We also have components for ecosystem. We have here under the headings abiotic and biotic. So let's start discussing the abiotic components. When we say abiotic components of an ecosystem, it consists of the mono-organic or non-organic aspects of the environment that determine what life forms can thrive. For example, we have the temperature, average humidity, topography, and natural disturbances. Temperature varies by latitude. Location near the equator are warmer than location near the poles or the temperature or temperate zones. Humidity influences the amount of water and moisture in the air and soil, which in turn affect rainfall. Topography is the layout of the land in terms of elevation. For example, according to the University of Wisconsin, land located in the rain shadow of a mountain will receive less precipitation. Natural disturbances include tsunamis, lightning, and storms. Next component, we have the biotic component. The biotic components of an ecosystem are the life forms that inhabit it. The life forms of an ecosystem aid in the transfer and cycle of energy. They are grouped in terms of the means they use to get energy. Producers such as plants produce their own energy without consuming other life forms. Plants gain their energy from conducting photosynthesis via sunlight. . Consumers exist on the next level of the food chain. And there are three main types of consumers. We have the herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores. Herbivores feeds on plants. Carnivores get their food by eating other carnivores or herbivores, and omnivores can digest both plants and animal tissue. So inside the biotic component, food chain, food web involved. All of these vary over space or time. As you can see here, we have the abiotic components. Example, we have the sunlight, temperature, precipitation, water or moisture, soil or water chemistry. And for biotic components, we have the primary producers, herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, and detritivores. By and large, this set of environmental factors is important almost everywhere in all ecosystems. Usually, biological communities include the functional groupings shown above. A functional group is a biological category composed of organisms that performs mostly the same kind of function in the system. For example, all the photosynthetic plants or primary producers form a functional group. Membership in the functional group does not depend very much who the actual players, or species, happen to be, only on what function they perform in the ecosystem. So let's discuss now the process in ecosystem. This figure with the plants, zebra, lion, and so forth illustrate the two main ideas about how ecosystems function. Ecosystems have energy flows. As you can see from the plants, it produces energy. And second, ecosystem cycle material, like food chain or food chain process or food web. These two processes are linked, but they are not quite the same. It depends about the process or ecosystem food chain or food web were being given. Energy enters the biological system as light energy, or photons, is transformed into chemical energy in organic molecules by cellular processes including photosynthesis and respiration, and ultimately is converted to heat energy. This energy is dissipated, meaning it is lost to the system as heat. Once it lost, it cannot be recycled. Without the continued input for solar energy, biological system would quickly shut down. Thus, the Earth is an open system with respect to energy. Elements such carbon, nitrogen, or phosphorus enter living organisms in a variety of ways. Plants obtain elements from the surrounding atmosphere, waters, or soils. Animals may also obtain elements directly from the physical environment, but usually they obtain this mainly as a consequence of consuming other animals. These materials are transformed by biochemically within the bodies of organisms, but sooner or later, due to excretion of decomposition, they are returned to an inorganic state. Often bacteria complete this process through the process called decomposition or mineralization. During decomposition, these materials are not destroyed or lost, so the Earth is a closed system with respect to the element with the exception of meteorite entering the system now and then. The elements are cycled endlessly between their biotic and abiotic states within ecosystem. Those elements whose supply tends to limit biological activity are called nutrients. So as you can see in the ecosystem, it consists of abiotic components and biotic components. Abiotic components are involved in cycling of matter and sustain biological or biogeochemical cycle or systems. For the biotic component, it depends on cycling of matter and also flow of energy. And the flow of energy is involved in a food chain and interlock with each other make up for the food web. Also, biotic component comprise of three information. We have the producers, micro-consumers, and micro-consumers, macro and micro. For the macro, we have here the communities, which is consists of different populations, and population is consists of similar individuals. So ecosystem is composed of the communities, biotic components, and abiotic components. So here we have the process from more individual combine, population evolve, more population combine, community will be reduced or result. More community, ecosystem will be produced. And more ecosystem, we have the biome, and biome, we have the biosphere. So thank you for listening to Video World. On the next two video, we're going to learn about two classification of ecosystem, the aquatic ecosystem and also the terrestrial ecosystem.